How's it going, you guys? The 1MFP here. I hope you're all having a great day today. If you guys aren't already aware, I've been reacting to some Panic at the Disco lately. I've reacted to A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. I've reacted to Pretty Odd, so those are their two first albums. I'm planning on reacting to their third album, Vices and Virtues. But you Panic at the Disco fans who did see those two album reactions, you mentioned that before getting into Vices and Virtues, I should react to two things. One of them being the Overture short film that Panic at the Disco did between albums, and the other thing being a song named New Perspectives. So today I'm going to be reacting to New Perspectives. You guys mentioned that guitarist Ryan Ross left the band after Pretty Odd, so this would be a song without Ryan Ross. I think you also mentioned the bassist left the band, so I don't know what we have here. Do we only have two remaining members in this song? Maybe this song will give me perspective. Now, if you're new to the channel, welcome to MFP Reacts. My name's Matt. I post reaction videos on this channel, so if you enjoy that type of content and you like what you see in this video, please take the time to check out some of my other reactions. And if you enjoy them, please hit that subscribe button. I always appreciate the support. Now, New Perspectives by Panic at the Disco. Like I said earlier, you guys mentioned that this is a song that came between Pretty Odd and Vices and Virtues. I looked up the track list of Vices and Virtues really quick before doing this, because if this were to end up being on Vices and Virtues, I would rather just do it as part of the album reaction. But it turns out this song is kind of a standalone song. I'm actually going to be reacting to the music video for it here, and I see in the description section that it's actually from a movie, Jennifer's Body, so yeah, I think I've seen that movie actually. But anyways, regardless, let's get into this music video reaction. Oh wait, one thing I do want to say before getting into it. The sound differences between their first and second album are, pretty apparent. So it'll be interesting to see what this song is going to sound like, and if this sounds anything like what we get on the third album. And moreover, with a lineup change here in the band, it's going to be interesting to see how that affects the sound. Let's get right into it. Nice, Megan Fox. Oh right, she was in Jennifer's Body. Who's on backing vocals here?
Stop there and let me correct it. I wanna live a life from a new perspective. Who cares if my intervention? I wanna be praised from a new perspective. Believing that would be a good idea. So catch me if I'm getting out of here. It's not there, just let me perfect it out of here. So catch me if I'm getting out of here.
Alright, so there we have it. New Perspectives by Panic at the Disco. I will say that I came into this expecting a very different sound from what we had in Pretty Odd. I mean, first reason being, of course, because there was a difference between A Fever You Can't Sweat Out and Pretty Odd. It was a pretty big difference. But of course, second reason being because there is a lineup change beyond Pretty Odd. The band no longer has Ryan Ross, who I think was a big part of the band based on what you guys have mentioned in the comments section. Despite those 2 points, this did feel like a Panic at the Disco song. I think a lot of that has to do with Brendan Urie's vocals. He's a very powerful vocalist. He has a distinct voice. But I think one thing that really made this feel like a Panic at the Disco song beyond Brendan Urie's vocals is just the way the vocals are actually used. You know, the whole arrangement of the vocals felt very Panic at the Disco-esque. Just the way you have this pre-chorus leading up into this chorus, and the way the instruments accompany that transition from pre-chorus to chorus, it felt very much like a Panic at the Disco song. There was something that did feel different about this, I will say that. I can't exactly put my finger on what that difference is just off of this first listen. I'd have to give this a few more listens to really pick up on what it is that made this sound different. Maybe with Vices and Virtues I'll get a better idea of what that thing is. I mean, if I'm just stating it based off of facts, I would say that, you know, it has to do with Ryan Ross not having any influence over this music. But I can't say I necessarily picked up on that just through a first listen. Now, with that said, I came into this wondering if there would be any talk about the band's state at this point in time, if there would be any talk about the split. I'm not 100% sure there was. There seemed to be a lot of talk about a relationship and about coming at this relationship with a new perspective. Actually, before we get into the lyrics, in the music video, we have two of the band members, I guess it's the two remaining band members, walking through a corridor at a school, and it very much felt like them reminiscing on something. They seem to be walking through these corridors completely unnoticed. By the end of the video, they seem much more integrated in the environment. And I'm guessing this ties into the song in the sense that, you know, they're coming into this experience with a new perspective. They're not trying to be disconnected from their environment. They're coming in to have fun. And that's pretty much what I made of the song as well. In the chorus, he says, "Stop there and let me correct it. I want to live life from a new perspective. You come along because I love your face and I'll admire your expensive taste. And who cares? Divine intervention. I want to be praised from a new perspective." So the main thing that caught my attention in this chorus is, "I'll admire your expensive taste." He's talking directly to someone and he's telling this person that their taste is expensive. I think the important thing there is that there's a negative connotation to expensive and expensive taste. If he wanted to admire this person's taste, he didn't have to add expensive as an adjective. So he's giving some insight into his perspective about this person. He sees her taste to be expensive and he's gonna like her despite that. He's gonna pursue this relationship, if that's what this is, despite his views on her. And then we have this second verse where he says, "Taking everything for granted, but we still respect time." That tells me that he's gonna indulge as much as possible and he's just gonna try and get as much as possible out of what he's doing. And to me, that's what this song represented as a whole. He may have been the type who played it safe in other situations, in other relationships, and maybe that led to him feeling like he went by unnoticed. So now, moving forward, he's gonna make more reckless decisions. He's gonna start being a little bit more carefree. He's not gonna worry too much about consequences. He's just gonna try and have fun and enjoy himself. That's what I made of this song as a whole. Now, does this relate to the band's situation at that point in time? It's hard to say, honestly. I think an argument can be made for it. Like, if we're taking every single line and putting that all into context, this is a song about some type of relationship where the person kind of knows that it's not the best of ideas, but they're going through with it anyways so that they're not missing out on anything. They're basically doing the things they do for fun. Now, can that idea relate to where the band was at here? I think it can. Maybe to them they felt that they could take their music careers in different directions, but they chose to stay with Panic at the Disco. They chose to move forward with that name. They chose to stay true to what they were doing as Panic at the Disco. So maybe to a certain extent, this song kind of relates to that idea. Maybe it involves that same idea of taking risks. And yeah, that's what I thought of the song. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. You know, I always love seeing your feedback. Please leave a thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed it. I always appreciate the support. And I will see you all next time. Have a great day, y'all.